residents of Emalahleni and other communities in Mpumalanga will have an opportunity to engage with President Cyril Ramaphosa and other members of government. This is at an Imbizo at the Sy Mthimunye Stadium in the Nkangala district. Key among the issues that remain of great concern in the district is the issue of unemployment, service delivery over the lack of clean drinking water and the constant power cuts. Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela is following that story for us. Mweli, give us a picture of how today's program is going to unfold and what some of the projects that the President will be visiting today are.
Yes, indeed, the President Cyril Ramaphosa as well as other government leaders, surely they will have quite a number of issues to answer to, especially on service delivery. We know that previously there's been quite a number of protests, even here in Emalahleni, where the Imbizo will be taking place. And on many occasions, government has been maintaining that part of the cause of the problem is the issue of aging water infrastructure. And with the issue of load shedding, we've seen incidents of vandalism also on the increase in many areas, not only here in Emalahleni but also other parts of Mpumalanga. But let's bring in the Minister of Culture, Nkangala, just to give us a picture of how government is responding to some of those challenges. Well, as much as people have been given the platform specifically here at the Imbizo to speak out, but we know of those challenges. How are you responding, especially on the issue of water? Have many residents complaining about lack of clean drinking water?
Well, thank you very much. Actually, within our selection criteria is government quota on where we take the president. We don't take the president on areas which are not engulfed by challenges. So we precisely brought the president here to come to listen to the community of Emalahleni local municipality, in particular Akaville, in former Witbank, to be able to engage with the president on three key issues. One, water shortages, the quality of potable water in particular. Secondly, the quality of roads. And thirdly, the water losses which is due to the aged infrastructure. And Minister Mtunu jointly with us will also be sharing on the plans that not necessarily covers Emalahleni but in Nkangala district. You will know that if you go next door at Steve Tshwete, they have the same challenges. If you go towards your west, it's Masilela local municipality, which also has the same challenges. So the broad regional water scheme, which cascades from Loskop Dam towards Middleburg, or what we call Steve Tshwete local municipality, to Masilela, will be one of the areas that Minister Mtunu will be bringing. We're saying to the community of Emalahleni in particular, is not a daily experience for a community to be visited by the president leading his entire cabinet. They must come engage with him on their day-to-day experiences, listen to him, giving them and unpacking the projects that he will be living in the area, but also giving feedback. You'll know that this is a 12th edition of the Imbizo, but second in Mpumalanga. We visited Carolina, which is Chief Albert Lutuli local municipality, and there were commitments that were made, and the Premier will report on those commitments, on how far almost all the issues have been covered, but also look into, we'll be taking the president into a renovated and newly built hospital. We'll be turning a tertiary hospital here, responding to the challenges of the people of Emalahleni. Minister Ramaphosa will also be visiting the new refurbished power station, which is responding to the load shedding issues around local. So it's quite a basket of issues that the president is bringing forth after the budget has been announced to deal with the day-to-day challenges of our people in Emalahleni. But I wouldn't want to stop them not to raise the issues. It is important that they raise their lived experience with regard to water, health services, social services, and the ministers will be here to respond to those issues.
Minister, you are talking about power stations, and one other issue that community members have been raising is the issue of unemployment. Yes. And we had not far from here the decommissioning of the Komati power station. Some are saying we've been working when that power station was operational, but now we are sitting at home. How do you then respond to those issues?
Well, as I said, Minister Ramaphosa is here. There are plans and processes boldly they are running with DMRE in terms of repurposing the staff and repurposing the utility itself on how best it could offer key issues. But we must also not forget, which the Premier and the President would articulate, that the area has been identified by Cabinet and Government for the gas major project, which will also be supplementing on the areas where coal is no longer feasible, in areas where Komati Power Station, for example, it's not a close, but there's also an introduction. So when we talk about recapacitated and repurposing of the space and the capacity, we talk about people who have been working there and re-enhancing. So there's quite a lot that is coming in Emalahleni. We need collaboration as government to partner together in the spirit of DDM, which is what the President is championing. We also need our community to collaborate with their government. I mean, there's a huge level of vandalism here, which also draws back on what the municipality is trying. We will also be talking to our people that what we deliver is for them. They need buy-in into it. They need to protect it. There's quite a lot of maladministration that is happening from our government employees. I'm told in the hospital we are going into, there's been arrest that has been made yesterday. But we're taking the President. They were happy that our systems are able to pick up or any maladministration wrongdoing, either by our medical practitioners, our general labor staff, our public representative, our community members. We need to protect what government has delivered. It's for our own good more than the good of government.
All right, Minister, thank you very much for talking to us. Naledi, that's the Minister of Culture, Thembi Nkadimeng, just updating us about what we can expect today. That hospital is talking about the incident that happened, is that there's a doctor that was arrested for stealing medical as well as medical equipment as well as some medication. They worth about 50,000 rand. So that talks to the issue of corruption, because it's not the first time such is happening. We've seen it happening as well in another hospital, Mpumalanga, where there is also a paramedic that was arrested, found in possession of some pills that were stolen in the hospital, as well as some medical equipment. So I think those are some of the issues that we will be talking to as the President is going to visit that hospital, Naledi.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that update. Mweli Masilela speaking to us there from Emalahleni in Mpumalanga.